Foodie, hi and welcome. I'm Anna, the Keto Foodie, and today for Foodie Friday, we've talked about it for a while, so this time we said, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and do it. What is it? Cottage pie. Stick around, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so this is my husband's take on the cottage pie, and the original recipe that we found was from Headbanger's Kitchen, and I will link to that video down below. But the story goes that we're on keto, and my husband, who is British and we live here in the UK, was really missing a British Sunday dinner. So like I said, we happened upon this video and he immediately wanted to try it, and we did, and we absolutely loved it. And he's like, yay, Sunday dinners are back on, on the menu. So we've been making it ever since, and he's kind of added his own little thing. So the difference here, of course, is that with cottage pie, where the topping is usually mashed potatoes, this is actually mashed cauliflower. And if you think that it's going to taste weird, actually it doesn't. So just make sure that you mash it really nice. You put it in the food processor and just get it nice and smooth. And it tastes fantastic. We absolutely love it. And it's, again, Sunday dinner quite often here in our house. So enjoy, and let's get to the cottage pie. By the way, cottage pie apparently is it's like shepherd's pie, but shepherd's pie uses lamb and cottage pie uses minced beef. So we're doing cottage pie because we use minced beef. Right, let's get to the cooking.
Okay, to start off with, we have 500 grams of minced beef, which we are browning in a pan, and that's about a pound, a little over. We also have 700 grams of cauliflower, which we are boiling in a pot, and 300 grams of courgette or zucchini, which we've cut up into chunks and are sauteing in a pan. To this, we're adding 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of steak seasoning, and once we've added this in, we'll give it a good mix. Once the beef is browned, add in about 30 grams of passata or tomato sauce, and that's about a 1/4 cup, or as my husband calls it, a splash. It's up to you how much passata you actually want to use. We like to keep it to a minimum. So add that in and give it all a good mix. Next, we're adding in 3 stock cubes, and this is optional. You can add your own beef stock and vegetable stock, but this is 1 beef cube and 2 vegetable cubes. So go ahead and add it in and give it all a good stir. And because we've added in these stock cubes, we're going to add in about 1/2 cup of water just to wet it, get the gravy to start forming. So once you've added the water in, give it all a good mix. Next, we're adding in 10 mils or 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Add that in and keep mixing. And now is the time to introduce some friends. So we're taking the courgettes that have been sauteing in the pan and we're adding it to the beef, giving it a quick stir, and then we're adding in 100 grams of spinach. You can add more if you'd like, but once it's added, we're stirring until the spinach is mixed in and wilted. Now, as you can see, the spinach is wilted. We've been cooking it for a little bit further and it's been wilted. Oh, hey, Taz. Taz is in the background, wondering what we're doing. So the spinach has been wilting, and now we're going to add in another 1/2 cup of water because we're going to continue to build the gravy base. Now this is 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of gravy granules. Now you don't have to add this. This is optional. You can use a tiny little bit of xanthan gum if you want to thicken up the gravy. But of course, if you've already used a nice amount of stock, you don't have to use the gravy granules. So we're going to add this in. We're going to give this another good stir. Once all is done, it's just a quick check to see if the cauliflower is done, which is fork tender, not too mushy, but enough to make sure that your fork kind of digs in. There's Taz again. Hey, Taz. Your fork digs in a little bit and goes in pretty easily. Once that happens, you know the cauliflower is ready for mashing. Now this is where having a food processor can come in very handy. So add in your cauliflower. You might need to do this in batches, that's fine. And add in 50 grams of butter. You're also going to add in 50 milliliters, just under half a cup of double cream or heavy cream. Now we're using cream. Headbanger's Kitchen uses 2 egg yolks. So if you'd like, you can use the egg yolks instead, but make sure that one, you're not adding it in when the cauliflower is too hot, or you're just going to end up with scrambled eggs with cauliflower. You can also add in perhaps an egg yolk along with a bit of cream. Just make sure that you're not ending up with something that's too wet. You want it to be smooth but firm. So we add salt and pepper to taste, and we blitzed it until it was nice and smooth. Now we're going to assemble the cottage pie. So we added the meat and the veg to an 8x8 dish or 22 centimeter dish, and we're going to add the cauliflower mash on top. Now as far as the veg goes, add in whatever veg you'd like. Would you like mushrooms? Would you like kale instead of spinach? That's fine. Just put it all together. Always add some leafy greens in wherever you possibly can. We're taking this cauliflower veg and cauliflower mash, it is veg, but we're mashed it, and we're adding it to the top of the dish and spreading it to the edges. Look at that, it's fluffy, it looks creamy, it looks like mashed potatoes. Once you've added it all on and spreaded it into a nice even layer, what we're going to do is we're going to take a fork and we're going to just run it along the top and give it some ridges. That will give it a bit more mashed potato feel and texture, ridges as it bakes. We're also going to take another about 60 grams of shredded cheddar cheese. So it ended up measuring about half a cup. We weighed it out in grams first. And we're going to add that shredded cheese to the top so that it gives us a nice cheesy topping, cheesy coating once it bakes. Sooner or later, he'll get to the cheese. There's the cheese. Once this is done, pop it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And enjoy. Look at that. Bubbly.
Right, so there it is. Our cottage pie full of veg and beef. And I'm going to try this puppy out. Just make sure that it is delicious for you and for me. Sorry, just trying to chew. The beef is nice. It's got this really nice gravy to it. Nice flavor. Still chock full of veg. I'm taking the cauliflower here. It's like mash. It's like regular mash. It just works. It absolutely works. So I'm just gonna put this down in here. Yes, like I said, we've been talking about this for ages, and we figured, you know, on my challenge Facebook page, just in general, people were asking about it because I kept putting up pictures, and we said, you know what, we're just going to make the video, you know, just the way we do it. But again, Headbanger's Kitchen, thank you so much for the inspiration and the original fantastic recipe, and make this. Enjoy. This is something the whole family can actually just get in on and enjoy. And you don't even realize, well, they won't realize that it's keto and that it's just fine. Now, again, you can make this, will make 4 large servings if that's all you're having. But if you're, you can cut it into 8ths and, if, you know, have it along with a big salad. But it works both ways. So enjoy, make this, enjoy this. And until next time, have a fantastic keto journey. And I say to you, foodie bye.
If you like this video, please click the like button. If you like what I do, please click the subscribe button and the bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video. And if you love what I do, consider becoming a patron and enabling more content like this one. Thanks for watching.